Let me show you guys a quick breakfast idea for those starving teenagers who want to eat before they go to school. All right, so you remember the other half of the pizza crust that we saved for a specific recipe? Well, this is the recipe. Now, in a pan, we're going to begin to cook all of our favorite breakfast meats. I'm using bacon and sausage because that's what I had, but you can also use chorizo, ham, weenies, whatever you like. Using the same fat, I'm also going to crisp up some potatoes. Put inside our breakfast hot pockets, of course. You can make in whatever size you want. I'm going to make 2 big papa ones. And for the sauce, I'm going to use chile verde, then I add some cheese, sprinkle all of my meats, and since I like my egg runny, I'm gonna put a raw egg in there. But you can always just scramble everything together and just do the same thing. We're gonna clean it up a bit, make sure that we seal the edges, and then make a little vent. Pop it in the air fryer at 350 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes until it gets nice and crispy. And guys, you can always make these ahead of time and then just wrap them in parchment paper, keep them in the fridge, and then warm them up in the morning. Hope you like this recipe. Bye! Packing lunch for my husband and his coworkers. It's been a while since I made these type of videos, so today I decided to surprise my husband and his coworkers with a big pop-up brisket California style burrito. Now I'm gonna use sriracha as a binder, then I add a nice rub, stick this mother trucker in the smoker for hours till it got nice and tender and there was juices squirting and leaking everywhere. And now it's time to finally assemble our burritos. I'm gonna add a handful of some crispy fries, sprinkle some cheese on top of my hot fries, then I top that with some slices of hot brisket. That way our cheese can get nice and melted. Then we topped it off with some fresh pico, fresh avocado, some avocado sauce, and a chile de árbol sour cream. Roll it up, make sure I don't bust in our face. Take it to the comal till it got nice and crispy. Then we wrapped it in some parchment paper, split it in half for them so they don't have to shove their face with a big ass burrito. And then I put it in their box. Go along with their burritos, I made them a Thai sauce that's gonna go perfect with the brisket. But I'm only gonna give them a little bit because it's spicy, and if they throw it away, I'm gonna be pissed. As a treat, they're also gonna get some corn on the cob with lots of mayo, cheese, hot Cheetos, and one of them did not want hot Cheetos. That was my husband, so he's gonna get tahini. Then I drizzle it with lots of butter. Can't forget his note to let him know how much I love him. And for their drink, they're all gonna get sodas because it's easier for me to take them to their work. And that's it, guys. I'm just gonna hurry my ass up, get everything ready for them, including their drink, load everything up in my car, and then drop it off during lunchtime. Bye! All right, guys, so you know how I've been showing our teenagers how to make themselves something to eat when they come home starving like Marvin from school? Well, there's times you come home from school, you're not really starving, you just want something to eat and something quick. So I'm gonna show you guys my go-to snack when it was one of those days. Now, this might trigger some childhood memories, but who remembers putting a weenie on a fork and then just putting it over the burner so it can burn? Yes, guys, we call them weenies. We don't call them franks, hot dogs, or any other weird name. We just call them weenies. But anyways, we made sure that the weenie was burnt, and then we would put some ketchup and then just eat it out of the fork. Or if we were feeling a little on the spontaneous side, we would put it on a white piece of sandwich bread. Even though we had hot dog bread, we would put it on a sandwich bread with a little bit of mayo, ketchup, and mustard, and this was our snack. Please tell me that we weren't the only ones. Okay, guys, bye! Okay, Gordon, here's another plant-based recipe for you. I'm gonna show you how I make my vegan pozole. If you can't tell by now, I like using king mushrooms and jackfruit. So we're gonna begin by shredding up the king mushrooms to make them look like chicken. And I put them in a pan with a little bit of oil, season them up, and remove all the moisture. The jackfruit, we're gonna use green canned jackfruit. I boil it for about 30 minutes to remove all the extra brininess from the jackfruit, and then I use a fork to shred it up. Same thing as the mushrooms. Put it in a pan with a little bit of oil, season them up, and remove all the moisture. Once the jackfruit and mushrooms are ready, I bring them together in a pan. Now we're gonna go make the sauce. I'm gonna use about 5 guajillos and a handful of puyas. Puyas are a little on the spicy side, but not as much as chile de árbol. It's just gonna give like a nice little kick. So you boil them up until they become soft again, put them in the blender along with 3 garlic cloves, quarter piece of onion, and then you blend until smooth. In the pot with the mushrooms and jackfruit, we're also gonna add a quarter piece of onion, 2 garlic cloves, a couple of bay leaves, and then we're gonna add the sauce in there along with some veggie broth. Then we add the hominy and we season it up using some mushroom powder or better than bouillon. Cover it up and let it cook for about 30 minutes until the hominy is soft. Once it's ready, you're gonna crush a couple of tablespoons of oregano towards the end because we don't want it to get bitter. I don't know, Gordon. I don't make the laws. I don't make the rules. That's just what my mama said. Now you just gotta top it with all of the toppings necessary, and hope you like this recipe. Bye! Let's pack today's lunchbox for friends and followers. Just kidding, guys. This is actually for Josiah. Today's his 16th birthday, and he asked me to take him lunch to school an hour before lunch. So I guess we're gonna make him some skimpy ass asada fries. I have some thinly sliced New York steaks in the fridge, so we're gonna dice that up with a little bit of onion. Then we cook it up, season it up with his favorite seasoning until the meat gets nice and crispy. Right now, he happens to be like on a little health trend, so he doesn't really let me cook for him because I'm unhealthy. But I did air fry his fries. I'm gonna add some Chihuahua cheese, nacho cheese, our New York steak. I didn't have any veggies, so I'm just gonna use some cebolla and cilantro. Then I drizzle with lots of avocado sauce, and avocado sauce is not the same as guacamole, Karen. So sit your ass down. We also add some sour cream, jalapenos, and 2 forks so he can share with Natalie. I'm gonna show you guys a couple of pictures. You know, back in the day when I was 16, yeah, I know I look horrendous, but it is what it is. I was 16, now he's turning 16. I'm not doing okay. I'm freaking sad. I've been crying. Just get really sad because, you know, he's growing up so fast. I have a special bond with him because technically we grew up together. He's been my rock, my everything, the shoulder I have always cried on. But today is his day, and I want you guys to help me wish my baby a happy birthday. So happy birthday, Smalls. Let's pack today's lunchbox from our friends and followers. We're just gonna keep it super simple today because I'm tired. I don't want them starving, so we're just gonna make them some quick Mexican style hot dogs. But first, I'm gonna stuff our big ass salchichas with cheese. So we're gonna make a slit through the middle, add our cheese of choice, and then we're gonna wrap them using 2 strips of bacon because it is huge. I mean, that's what she said. Then we pop them into the air fryer at 400 degrees until they get nice and crispy. Meanwhile, I cut up all the toppings, and I already know some of you guys are gonna be appalled that I'm using tomatoes and onions and all. It's some Mexican style hot dog, guys. Then we steam up our buns, make sure they're nice and steamy. Spread some mayo all over our buns. Then we add our salchichon in our buns. And we put them in the box so we can top it with all of the toppings necessary. Tomatoes, some onions so their breath can be nice and stanky, and some jalapenos. Then we drizzle it with some mustard and ketchup, make some sort of a car seat so on their way to work, no valga pito the situation. And just so the lunch doesn't look all pobrecito, we're gonna add a bag of chippies and a soda. And that's it, guys. I'm gonna get everything ready for them so they can come and pick up during lunchtime. Bye!
Larry Fair, like the monster truck.
Fish ceviche. Shrimp ceviche.
By the TV,